Hello there. Students will be asked to do several things within this lesson. They will be asked to decompose it. They will be asked to recognize pattern recognition. They'll be asked to acknowledge if there's abstraction. And also, is there an algorithm that they can tell others how to build a site just like it? Let's take a look at the code. As we look at the website, we can see already there are some things we can notice that are very similar. All right, let's take a look at the code. The code is, excuse me. So as we take a look at the code, we can see something right off the rip. We can see that as they begin to set up this page, they set up this page with a header 1 for recycling, and then they use the time is now, which is a header 2, and H6, which is given credit where credit is due. We can easily tell that by looking at the preview pane, we can see that there are different sizes being used. So if we were to break this down, we would be able to tell that they're using H1 for recycling, H2 for the time is now, and we're doing a H6 for Ellis Schaefer, which lets us know that H1 is probably the largest size and H6 is probably the smaller size. And then when we begin to look at the web page, we can see a kind of like a pattern recognition because it's repeating the same things over. So what do I mean by that? We can see that they pretty much have an image. With the image, they have a title using the H3 heading. Then they have a paragraph using the P tag. Then they have an H6 to give credit where credit is due. And it seems like they're repeating the same thing when they have an image, H3, paragraph, and H6 to give credit where credit is due. And they did it again. They have an image, H3, a paragraph, and H6. Credit where credit is due. All right. So also what we're able to determine if you're familiar with building a website, this looks like this site has some kind of style that's implemented. And for an abstraction, because we cannot see the code that's being used for the style, we can always refer back to the style sheet. And if we were to click right here on the style CSS, we can see that under the hood, there is several things being used to give this page some style. They're using several things. And someone easily could, as an algorithm, say, well, in order to build this site, we see that the person basically used a uh, H3 header, they used the image, they used a paragraph, and they used to give the person credit, they used the smallest possible heading. These are some examples of what's being expected in this lesson.